Guess we'll see how this goes. Haven't done this yet. Hey. Hey, everybody. Well, I don't need to look at chat because this is just a recording. So this is pre-workout. We'll just go easy. Oh, easy enough. Hopefully you can still hear me. I can still see myself coming through. Oh, there's not enough light. Yay. Hang on. Oh, great. Wonder why that decided to kick on. That's interesting. Let's see. You should be on. There we go. That should take care of that darker spot. Yeah, a little bit. I think. Kind of. Well, we'll find out. Hi. Probably wondering what I'm doing. Or what I've been doing for the past several months without recording anything. So this is your channel update. It's also going to serve as a test. So I'm just recording this with OBS. Not streaming it right now. We've also got the music sitting right up here. So I hope that's not bothering anybody. But I've been okay for the most part. Still kind of adapting to, changing jobs, but so as many of you may not, or I think I talked about this in the last video, I was just about to change jobs, or just had been, from one company to another. But I guess I didn't really mention, well, I think I did. It's a different changing career, actually. So I've been doing IT support for a variety of capacities for years. I mean, going back to 2007 was when I really started getting into IT, and I switched from being an English teacher. That's where I started. Used to teach college level in English, both with native students and international students. What I mean by that, I mean American students and international students. So I taught ESL for a bit too. And yeah, that's what I did. And then I switched to IT support, help desk support. I did that for 7 years, and that's when I really started, or that's when I first started recording things on YouTube way back then. So I was about the YouTube heyday when things really started to kick off and people were watching Let's Plays all the time and all that kind of stuff. And then I switched and just kind of did help desk support at different jobs from then. So it was interesting. But it got to wear thin. And what I've started realizing lately is it really puts you into a very particular mode doing support. And I'm not doing that right now. I'm a trainer now. So I don't take tickets. I don't have to watch the queue. I don't have to call people constantly that I don't have any idea what they're doing. And kind of jump into things blind anymore. And I didn't realize how much of a stress load that is. And then when I jumped into this job, of course, starting any new job is stressful. I was jumping right into the mix. And we get involved a lot with acquisitions. So I got involved with that. And that's meeting new people, jumping into the middle of things, and stressful. But the times I started having problems with were the down times. So we have times where we're not in demand, which means technically as a trainer, I can start working on content creation, training videos, documentation, classes, setups, all that kind of stuff ready for whatever comes next. And that's great. But that when you remove that load, there's a part of your brain that just kind of sits there waiting and kind of just buzzing and doesn't know what to do with itself because it's constantly wanting to watch email, wanting to watch instant messages, Teams or Google Chat or maybe it's built into your ticketing software, whatever, waiting for that thing. And if I don't have that, it was weird to kind of realized that I can set my day again. Sort of, pretty much. I can control what work I'm doing. I'm in a really good spot. Well, yeah, success has, or being, I don't want to say it's a form of success, I guess it is, has its challenges. So how do you get back to doing the things you enjoy, doing the things you were interested in, doing the things you spent so much time into? The only thing I've really been working on lately is just exercise. It's like I'm looking for problems to solve or problems to figure out, which is that same sort of help desk mentality. So I don't know where the channel's gonna go. This was one of my first ideas. I've been talking about this for months. Just having streams or videos like this one, where all I do is walk. Because I have to get the cardio in. And this is just pre-working out. I'm not gonna go for a full 30 minutes, but I could for a stream or an hour or two. Just low impact cardio, because I need to do that, because that's what I've been slacking on a lot. And use that as a way to kind of show who I am and what I've done and present it out there. I don't even know what that means. Joking around with the idea. My name's been Dead Linux for a long time. Until that period of time for a couple of years when it was Dead Poetics, but same thing. And I thought, well, I'm not a dev. I'm not gonna write code. I'm not doing support. I can just enjoy it. Linux has always been something I've enjoyed. It's been something I come to, as opposed to being forced on me. So I've been able to explore it, use it for what I want. If I have a gap, I look to Linux first. And maybe that's just it. Maybe that's enough. Because I stream right now. I'm recording OBS on Linux, one of my machines. The music's coming through that too. All of it's on Linux. No problem. That's how I've lived. And that was kind of what I was thinking, is maybe kind of like a Linux life coach kind of thing. It's a joke. But maybe that's enough. Maybe I do need to bring this channel back and just not care about it so much of what I'm doing and just put it out there. So if it's walking, great. If it's gaming, sure, why not? If it's tinkering with stuff, sure. Just set up a regular time and let people come and go as they please. The nice thing about walking streams, though, is I can hide out in the health and fitness channels as opposed to going to just chatting, which I don't like being just chatting. Other people can do it, I can't do it. The kind of audience you get in the beginning when you're trying to establish yourself as a just chatting streamer, it's always a little bit odd. And I mean that in the most open-minded way. But yeah, anyway. So that's what I've been up to. And I've been working on the stream. This whole setup you're seeing here with the lights and everything like that, computer's way over there. I'm running a cord. Maybe this is stuff I should be streaming, or I don't know. Would you guys want to see a video of how I do this setup? Like the kind of things I've been experimenting with? Like how you're able to see me here. I've got lights set up there. I've got power there, powering the webcam from a jack I have on the wall. And then I'm running a powered USB cable all the way back to the desktop I have running. Epidemic Sound is running off of Chrome right now in the background. And I've still got my other machine. But I've got a display and a monitor right behind you. I don't make any sense. But this thing's got a little tray here for a kind of a tablet or a mobile device. So I can put something here and have chat here. I've been thinking about these things, I just don't do them. But I've noticed more and more I'm lacking a space that's mine. Maybe that's what it is. Like getting to be a trainer. I do remote training and live training. A lot of more remote training. And remote training is streaming, but I have a script. I have the same thing I do over and over again. And that's fine. It's not really my space, but it is. But kind of being a creative type, I like to have my own space that I can build and make. I've been craving that because that gives you a sense of identity outside of work. outside of job, outside of something. And that's maybe important. I don't know. I started trying to do Starfield, and I redid my desktop because I was having trouble with Nobara Linux distro. So I switched to another one that I know, and I haven't reinstalled Starfield since then. I don't know if I'll go back. Starfield gives me the same feeling, and I think other people said this, that Fallout does. And I never got into Fallout. I don't know why. I think it's because I lend myself more to more fantastical kind of games. So when I got into Starfield, I was expecting strange alien races and things like that. Not so much. It's much more that realistic take on that. But there's, fantastical things in it later game. Well, even in the beginning of the game. So I might come back to it. But I may just go back to doing what I was doing, which was, does it run on Linux? Because there's a bunch of games I've got. Because I keep buying games. I don't know why. I don't play them. That looks good. That might bring me around. No. But playing some of these games on Linux, at least just for 15 minutes, recording it, throwing it up on YouTube, and putting it back in that playlist, that's something I still enjoy doing. Here's the thing though, most independent games, most smaller titles, run fine on Linux. So I don't have a problem with those. The ones that are usually the challenge are the AAA titles and the big blockbuster hits. So what's the most recent one everybody's talking about? Like not the Last Revenant. The First Descendant or whatever. Not that I would play that. That's more of a Destiny style game. I don't do those. But I read all the lore about them, but I don't do them. But if I found something that was more single player co-op like that, I'm trying to think of what's released lately that's been like a major heavy hitter game people have been waiting for, that single player. I'll have to look. I can't think of any off the top of my head because I don't usually keep track. And then if they go on sale, I'll try and run them. But I'll try to run other things too. Like I've got, like I said, a bunch in the list. Games I've looked at. Whew. What am I doing for... I just do this to get my pulse up. So my body's warmed up a bit so I can actually work out. So if I do these walking streams, yeah, I'm in the... What is this, 110s? Almost. I might do them after a workout. So I've read that's a little bit better as opposed to doing cardio before a workout, but this is low impact, so maybe it doesn't matter. But streaming should be the end of the night because that takes a lot out of me. Because it's talking for several hours. That's the other thing, is length of time. Streaming regularly like I used to, like 3 days a week, which was great, consistency wise. But that's your energy, that's your evening. Those 3 nights, it's done. And maybe not, I just found I need a lot more sleep than I think I do. Maybe I don't, maybe I just need to change everything. I needed that when I was dealing with a lot higher stress load. Maybe I don't anymore. Maybe I can push myself a little bit more, even at the age I'm at, of ripe old 45. Maybe I can stay up a little bit later. Maybe I can stream later. You know, who knows? But today I have to decide whether or not I want to do legs today. I'm at 13 minutes, we'll go to 15. And at least I've done 15 minutes of walking. And then I've got a video I can upload. And I'll just upload this raw. I probably sound like an idiot. I'm probably making a complete ass of myself. Like, insecurity jumps right on your head. But that's what these streams are about. I can fill a space for half an hour or an hour and a half of just rambling on topics. Totally can do that. Because I think about a lot of shit. And I explore or think about a lot of possibilities of hobbies and doing things and ideas of stuff. So it's not that, it's just doing it, deciding what's viable. But the other thing too is, like that whole Ted Linux life coach, is what I've done in the past couple of years, COVID on, I think works. And even though I still struggle with depression, which stems from a lot of anxiety and stress, which might now have an edge in now, might be able to finally unhook it. Avoidant anxiety is one of my biggest problems. It's been with me my entire life. It's probably been the cause of a lot of depression. And not that I've got the answer, I don't have the answer, but I have the things I've tried that work and some that don't work. And maybe that's exciting, maybe that's good. And I'm not one of those that's just man up and do it. Just no pain, no gain. Pain's already there for a lot of people. We want to get the gains part. So I think I get it. Without, I don't know, becoming something that's completely not me. Does Linux come into play there, however? I mean, that's my name, it's been my name. Maybe it's just a name, but Linux has always indicated those individuals who want to try something different, sometimes just for the point of doing something different. I've always liked that. Always buck the trend, always kind of rebel against the mainstream. Kind of that old kind of punk rock mentality a little bit, maybe. It's kind of ironic to say that at 45 years old in this position in my life. But Linux has been a staple in my life since my mom died in 2003. It's been 21 years now. So I haven't left it. It's never gotten me frustrated and I've given it up. Never gone completely back to Windows, except once I tried, long time ago, Windows 7 era, and was frustrated with how much shit I had to fix or do or install or set up. And I still would use Windows for work all the time. It's just not like I get away with it. And I do have a Windows VM that I use for those periods in time where I just need to have a Windows VM. But Linux has always been good to me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So it's a lifestyle choice, right? Maybe. That sounds a little bit ambitious, and I don't mean it to sound so strange, but give up your operating system for a while. You feel a little bit in limbo. I mean that on mobile devices too, It's like, and I'm addicted to my phone just like everybody else. So putting it down and trying to find something different, I'm gonna look to Linux. I do that. I found a decent Linux tablet, maybe. Something I can walk around with. That might be fun. So that's where I'm at. I went over time. Anyway, we'll stop here. 17 minutes is plenty. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a full cardio session. I won't be able to do legs. But I did want to give you an update because I haven't heard from me in a long time. I'm not dead. I am dead. I'm still dead, but I'm not dead. And I've got ideas. I've got thoughts. I'm not just sitting around. I am still sitting around moping, of course, yes, but moping with a purpose. Maybe. Obviously I post on Instagram quite a bit too, so if you see that, you can feel free to follow me there. Yeah, I mean, things have changed. Like that music I'm using now that you see up here, that's no longer Pretzel. I switched from Pretzel to Epidemic Sound because I wanted something different, and I had trouble getting the client to work on the desktop. This works through Chrome. I've got a plugin for OBS to get it all to display, so good enough. Doesn't seem to impact the stream too badly. I don't think I have too much of a hardware hit because it's still running off of the old Lenovo desktop that I have down using that's running my stream. My gaming desktop is fully updated from the last time, so it's a little beast, but I don't use it for much. So I don't know. I've got resources here, I guess is basically kind of what I'm saying. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. If you happen to see a stream pop up that says Dead Walkies with Linux, then you'll know why. Or Walkies with Dead Linux. Doesn't roll off the tongue as easily. But that's what it'll be, is just kind of a couple of Dead Linux hours on the board. And I am behind the times in many ways, and that's, I think, just the way it's going to be. Still my fish tank though. I have about 30 fish in there. I need to clean it heavily. One of these days I have to pull them all out of there and then pull up the fish out of there, scrub the tank down, and put it back in. That will be, I'm not recording that, of course. But this is also testing the lavalier, because I have a knockoff lavalier I'm using. that it's not connected directly to Linux, but again, little things. Maybe just I'll do little videos of the shit I've been doing. I mean, would you appreciate that? Would that be something you'd want? Maybe. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you like the content. Yeah, I'm not that consistent. Don't worry about it. And I don't monetize my videos. Never have. So, some cool music on here though. So I'll leave you with it. And we will try to meet again in the near future. And we'll see what this new era holds. It feels different. Hoping that's a good thing. Anyway, this is Dead Linux. I'll see you next time.